9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
It is Wednesday, and you know what that means. It is another special edition of Timeless Elite Wednesdays with your PR princess, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me, on this one-day edition, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Even though we do have a road trip to AEW Revolution, we do have another pit stop to Grand Slam Australia. But tonight we are making another pit stop to Las Vegas, happening tonight. Hopefully you did get to catch WWT Live with the card. There's a lot of cases being made with the AEW World Title picture. Also, we're going to have Kenny Omega, because he still has to go through the Don Callis family. He's facing off against Andrade El Ídolo after picking up a surprising win against Swerve Strickland. Another person the Don Callis family has their eye on, Hangman Adam Page, taking on Mark Davis. So that's another thing to do. And we are kicking off with AEW Dynamite. Oh, we're hearing from the champ. And of course, he's talking about Hangman. So of course he's in action against Brody King. And oh, we get to hear from Brody. That is very true. He can't talk his way. There's Kenny. It's nice that they're doing some promos ahead of their match. Like Kenny, as I mentioned, he's facing off against Andrade El Ídolo. Oh, Lord, I got that creep. Of course, it's going to be very interesting, that creep, Don Callis, because his family is going to be busy, because I mentioned I didn't get a graphic up, but they're going to be in trios action. Josh Alexander, Konosuke Takeshita, and El Cloyne taking on the Death Riders Pac, Daniel Garcia, and Jon Moxley in a trios match. And we know Takeshita and Jon Moxley, they're going to meet for that Continental Championship. When? I don't know. Maybe Revolution, because Revolution's 5-6 weeks away. So they can milk that in. Oh, and there's the Babes of Wrath. See, I love that everybody's doing promos right before their match. The Babes of Wrath, as I mentioned, they do have a championship eliminator match against Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. Obviously, of course, Penelope didn't compete in the tournament because of her elbow injury. So I'm really happy that the two of them. And this could be a good rivalry. And there's Penelope. And she's doing a promo. I love that they did promos. I'm happy they are doing promos of it. I love it. Love to see it. And plus, it'll be a good storyline for Megan and Penelope, because I feel like, yes, the Sisters of Sin is great, but I would love to see a really heated rivalry. And plus, all four of those ladies know each other very well. But we are kicking off with trios action. Jon Moxley, Daniel Garcia, and Pac. Oh, yeah, and you see that little runt Wheeler Yuta, Marina Shafir, and the reigning CMLL World Heavyweight Champion Claudio Castagnoli. They're taking on members of the Don Callis family. And also, I was not on Monday, but I'm aware two of my favorite people, I did not think they would be teaming up in 2026. Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm are taking on Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir in a mixed tornado hair versus hair match, which pretty much the loser of that match has to shave their head. And trust me, Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy teaming together was not on my bingo card, but I'm not gonna lie, I want to see that little Wheeler Yuta get his haircut. I think that would be pretty hilarious to watch. But here comes Mr. Jon Moxley. We know he's the reigning Continental Champion, so it's gonna be, get ready for a lot of mayhem, get ready for a lot of destruction, because I can imagine chaos. And of course, they're showing what happened last week. Stare down between Takeshita and Jon Moxley for the Continental Classic Championship. And we saw Mark Davis and Jake Doyle attack Jon Moxley, but Jon Moxley did the opposite. He cost them their AEW tag team title match against FTR last week. So it's interesting. And yes, Boza, congratulations to Tommaso Ciampa. He is the new TNT champion. And surprise, surprise, another person within the family is going after him, and that is Kyle Fletcher. Congratulations to him. It is interesting seeing them as faces, because I'm used to seeing the Death Riders as heels, because two of them are facing off against two of the top stars of AEW in Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy. So I don't know, we shall see, but I think I don't want to say downfall yet, but we'll see how throughout the year of the Death Riders pans out very well. But when you see members of the Don Callis family, El Cloyne, Konosuke Takeshita, and Josh Alexander. But feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got in this match. Do you have the members of the Don Callis family, or do you have the Death Riders taking away this victory? I know people think the Death Riders, but is that little kid? And also, I don't know, Boza, because it looks like he's not on commentary. Thank God. Thank God he's not on commentary for this one. But I'm pretty sure we'll probably see him in commentary during Kenny's match and Hangman's match. But here we go. Starting off this match is Daniel Garcia and Josh Alexander. And these guys are no stranger to submission holds, so it's very interesting how this is going to play out. But that's the way you kick off AEW Dynamite. And I believe they mentioned on the top of the show the main event is going to be MJF taking on Brody King. As I mentioned, if Brody King pulls off the victory, he gets a title shot at AEW Grand Slam Australia, which is next week. And I'm happy Brody King is getting into that AEW World title picture, hopefully sticking around in the main event picture, and putting up fights with not just MJF. And I think with MJF as champion, it helps because he has a lot of history with almost everybody in that roster. And it helps too. So there is a story to tell. It's not boring. It's not anything out of the ordinary, but I love it. But here comes El Cloyne and Pac. And I said this before and I said this again. Pac is really jacked. I'm not going to lie. I will say, going into that injury, even when he got injured, he did a lot of workout and he still looks jacked. So Pac is somebody not to be messed with. Because seeing that athleticism, oh, and El Cloyne, he's like doing the same. So this is going to be pretty interesting and very even. Oh, I'm not going to lie. That was thought he was doing the Hurricanrana, but that was like maybe a miscue or something. Oh, man. El Cloyne. Oh man, here comes Mox and Takeshka. These guys going back and forth. They know each other so well. Well, it looks like the Death Riders are swarming Takeshka. Kind of knew it was going to be a little bit of mayhem. And shout out to Michael Vasquez for joining in the chat. Hopefully you're joining. If you are joining with me, we are kicking off with trios action. We got the Death Rider Zone, the reigning Continental Champion Jon Moxley, Daniel Garcia and Pac taking on the Don Callis families, Konosuke Takeshita, El Cloyne, and Josh Alexander. And it's coming to you from Las Vegas. Which, by the way, I'm surprised nobody mentioned this. I actually like the venue space of this scenery for tonight's Dynamite, because you see the announcer's table on the floor. It's actually really nice. That is really impressive. And then you can see people in the seats, all the audience. I do like the scenery of that venue. It is very impressive. Tag is made to Pac. And they're just mauling. They're just really mauling Takeshka. Ooh, nice counter by Takeshka. Ooh, nice move by Takeshka. He's trying to make the tag, but Pac is trying to stop him. Hi, Jakrod Simpson. Thank you for joining on the chat. I know. Judge Bozo, you're going to see Don Callis later. You're going to see him later. You'll see him later tonight when Kenny and Hangman Adam Page faces off against two members of the family. Yeah, Pac is really jack. Oh man, I feel like El Cloyne and Pac are just so even. And then we see Josh Alexander. I'm surprised Marina hasn't getting involved. Well, I know Marina is a tough lady and she can handle herself, but I thought at least she would be. But we have her. We are on commercial. Well, not commercial, but we're in picture, and the match is still going on live. But it looks like the Don Callis family is getting the upper hand. Well, and I guess this is where you have to start a bit. I know that is true. She hasn't gotten her hands dirty yet. But she can be very sneaky. I just realized something. Don't be shocked if you see Marina during the match with Willow and Harley. Because I do see Marina Shafir obviously still pairing off with Megan and Penelope Ford. So do not be shocked if she tries to do some funny stuff. Oh man, that was great. Yeah. But yeah, it looks like it's pretty even so far. Tag is made to Josh Alexander. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. She may show up in a bit. She may. That's what I'm thinking, Boza. But also, if Marina shows up in any way she can, I mean, we go from one Aussie to another. I know Dylan doesn't think Toni Storm's from Australia, but she will face the wrath of Toni Storm because after seeing what happened on Collision this past weekend and what Toni Storm can do with scissors, I would not want to mess with her one bit. Because, and I said this many times, like, Brody Shafir, you can be the baddest woman all you want, but do not mess with a deranged and violent Toni Storm. Doesn't matter if it's glass, doesn't matter if it's scissors, she will come right after you. And also, happy that you enjoyed WWT Live earlier. It was a fun episode, and I was happy that I did enjoy Monday Night Raw. It was really fun. But shifting gears, we are back live with the trios match that's kicking off AEW Dynamite from Las Vegas, Nevada. We have not an all-star, but a red hot trios match. A red hot trios match. The Death Riders, Jon Moxley, Daniel Garcia, and Pac taking on the Don Callis families, El Cloyne, Takeshita, and Josh Alexander. Ooh, man. I hope Josh Alexander's knee's not bad enough because he took a nasty bump. And Pac is all the way over there. Is he going to make a tag? And now Marita's starting to be a little bit irate. But is Pac going to make the tag? Tag is made to Box. And tag is made to Takeshita. And they're both going at it. Yeah, I think it's going to be them two at Revolution. And there's enough time to build because they have 5-6 weeks away. So that's plenty of time to really build. And plus, like, there's history with them. They met at the Continental Classic. It's not the first time they met before. So there's a lot that they could do with. I'm just not used to seeing the Death Riders be faces because it's like they're heels to some, like I said, they're heels to two of the top stars of AEW, Toni Storm and Orange Cassidy. Come on now. But yeah, Mr. Jon Moxley, he wants competition. Oh, that was a nice move by Mox. There's a reason why he's called the ace of AEW. And agreed. I think, like, it's nice because they know each other very well. And also, like I said, they probably face off against Revolution this year. But Daniel Garcia put in the submission hold onto Takeshita. Is Takeshita going to tap out? I'm laughing at John. John's like, yeah. Ooh, that was like a nasty shot. Quick save by Josh Alexander. There's a reason why he's called the ace of AEW. Sindel. Look at Jon Moxley looking progressively more like that. Well, hey, from Marvel, which is kind of crazy because DC Comics and AEW have a collab. That's a nice reference. Jon Moxley leaping through the ropes. Quick kick out. So it's Takeshita and Daniel Garcia in the ring. Ooh, that was a nice move. Blue Thunder Bomb. Quick kick out by Daniel Garcia. Marina Shafir looks a little nervous. Takeshita wants to end this. Ooh, Daniel Garcia. Chop to the chest. That's power right there with Takeshita. Ooh, that has to hurt. Oh man, the Don Callis family, they're putting into that has to be it. Ooh, knee to the face. That has to be it. Oh man, quick kick out by Daniel Garcia. I guess the match is still going on, but Daniel Garcia ain't quitting. And Gerard Simpson, you're right. The minute, and if it happens, if Jon Moxley gets behind the Death Riders, he is taking a much needed vacation. And now it's 3. And your winners of this match is Konosuke Takeshita, El Cloyne, and Josh Alexander. So the Don Callis family got a win so far. Let's see what they do later in the night, because as I mentioned, Kenny Omega is going to be taking on Andrade El Ídolo, and Hangman Adam Page is taking on Mark Davis. So that was a victory right there. But it's cute. They're putting the countdown into Kenny and Andrade 39 minutes from now. That is crazy. Look at Mox. Mox and Takeshita are just talking trash to each other. But yeah, I love that they have a clock and timer 39 minutes away from Kenny Omega and Andrade. But nice way to kick off. Nice way to kick off AEW Dynamite in Vegas. But we still got a lot of action to go. The Dante clan. That's cute. So they're showing what happened last week between Andrade and Swerve, and I think he cheated. But that's his character. That is his character. Andrade got the low blow to Swerve, and he pinned a former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. So, all right. So we see Swerve not in a happy mood with Miss Renee. Oh God! So Swerve is out of the title picture. That kind of sucks. So Nana's taking over the interview. You need to give him Nana the mic more. Yep. Yeah, pretty much. So the main event, MJF Brody. Brody wins. He gets an opportunity. Yeah, Boza, he's not filled with it yet, because when Nana talks, it's serious business. But it's gonna be very interesting to see how this is gonna go, because he's out of the world title picture for now. For now. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I think for now. Oh! So, two of my favorite people, Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy, are going to be in mixed tag team action next. Well, we did see them compete on Collision the first time they're pairing. Like I said, it was not on my bingo card. It was not on my bingo card. I never thought I would see them team up together. I had Tony teaming up with Darby Allin, not Orange Cassidy. But it's nice because Orange has been around the block for so long. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But I'm always happy to see my Lady of the Hour, Timeless Tony Storm. Obviously, of course, Mina Shirokana took a brutal hit when the Timeless Love Bombs took on Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. It was very interesting to see. But hopefully Mina is not too seriously injured, and hopefully she takes some time to heal and everything else. But do if it does, send well wishes to Mina Shirokana, and hopefully she gets better soon. But it also helps too with Tony, because Willow and Harley have their hands full as the reigning AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. So That's why I'm happy they added another lady to the fray in the conglomeration. Very curious on what's next gonna be for Mark Briscoe since he lost the TNT Championship. Very curious where he's gonna go. Same thing with Roddy after not getting the CMLL World Heavyweight title. But yeah, I think we do have our first match. Hopefully after tonight we get 2 matches for Grand Slam. But very curious. Yeah. It's very interesting to see Tony Storm, Orange Cassidy teaming up together, which I have to say they do make a good pair. Sylvie, yes. I will say it was a breath of fresh air for Tommaso Ciampa. But as I mentioned, I'll take Roddy versus Ciampa with a side of fries. Hey, I don't mind seeing Gerard Simpson. You may be onto something because I wouldn't mind seeing Roddy and Ciampa go at it. Hopefully, it doesn't create a lot of conflict within the conglomeration. It's gonna be very interesting. But just waiting on these commercials. I'm just waiting on these commercials to end. Ooh, so we got some news from New Japan. Siri will be putting the IWGP Women's Championship against Athena. And speaking of that, there's a promo of Will Ospreay. Because we haven't seen Will Ospreay since Forbidden Door last year. And he is coming back soon. We just don't know. So they're showing the promo of Will Ospreay. Oh, look. I have the Lady Alex Windsor. Supportive of her man. I don't care what anybody says. My bold prediction is he's going to be World Heavyweight Champion in 2026. That just shows how influential Will Ospreay is. I love that they did a promo. I love that they're building him properly to make sure he's not forgotten. Yes, don't know when. The man had successful surgery, but he's on track for a speedy recovery. So, woo! Kudos to Will Ospreay. And see that lady in the stand. Look at the fans. They're going crazy for Orange Cassidy. Ooh. Look at him with his shades and everything. Like, hey, I'm here. I'm here to work. He's like, I'm here to work. I'm here to work. That's why he's the best international champion. And I can fight that argument. And here comes his tag team partner, the Timeless One. Is she wearing denim? I know she's in black and white, but is she wearing denim? Well, it makes a lot of sense because OC wears denim. Oh, Brittany Brooks and Jordan Oasis. Always love to see some people in the independent scene give their shine on. And yes, she is wearing denim, by the way. I love it. Yeah, keep that man's shades on. Put your elbows pads on, sir. I mean, they chanted for Tony, but they're also chanting for Freshly Squeeze. I mean, let's just be very clear. My main squeeze. But now we have our first match in Sydney. I think probably between after tonight. I think between After Tonight and Collision this weekend, we'll probably get more matches for Grand Slam next weekend. look at Orange. He's like, boop. He does like to play games. And yes, oh my God, Brittany Brooks, she is dating Chris Bay. So I'm very happy for her. Slapfest. Gerard, I don't think they need mixed tag belts. I'm sorry. They don't need it. They already got enough belts as it is. They do not need mixed tag belts. Don't give them any ideas. Let's stick with the belts with the ones we have and just go from there. Coach Cassidy touching the baldness. Well, hey, we're going to go from one bald person to another annoying bald-headed nerd Ricochet who will be in action later tonight. So I think they're going to be chanting bald. But the tag is made to Miss Toni Storm. Taking on Brittany Brooks. Because, yeah, I just realized it. She's dating Chris Bay. Look at Miss Toni. See, and you're right. She understood the assignment. She wore denim. She needs to wear, see, and I will say, denim does look good on her. It looks really good on her. It's going to be very interesting in this mixed tag match with the hair versus hair because, oh boy, someone's getting their head shaved. Swing your partner round and round and have them turn right to the turnbuckle. Swing your partner round and round, have... I wonder if Orange Cassidy ever was a ball dancer in his young life. And I always was very curious on the conversations backstage. I'm very curious on the backstage segment because I know that had to be very fun. Nice DDT by Orange Cassidy. Ooh, is she going for the hips? And I love that Toni Storm is involved in other storylines to really help. It makes me happy to see her being like in storylines and side quests that don't actually have to be involved in AEW Women's title. Because she already done her job as champ. Here comes Luther! Here comes Luther. Well, your winners is Orange Cassidy, Toni Storm, but here comes Luther! Oh, Luther! What's Luther doing? Well, Luther is giving a round of applause. Oh, shh. Freshly Squeezed is talking. You guys like your hair. Aww. Juice will still love you even if you were bald. Well, Luther's bald. Luther's bald. I guess it's the pressure. And he's the best international champion. Yeah, he can't have his head shaved. Ooh, she said, look like Mox. Oh yeah, Mox is bald too. Oh yeah, Mox is bald. I forgot about that. He's bald. Don Callis, Ricochet, Luther. I know there's another person that's bald. Oh, it's gonna be an interesting tag match, but always love seeing Toni and Orange Cassidy Two of my favorite people. Oh, and there is Mr. Darby Allin with his skateboard. Oh Lord, I'm getting sick. I'm getting sick of really Gabe Kidd. Oh boy, they're really stalking Darby Allin. He needs to get himself a partner at this point. Ugh. Man, you spit on Darby. Jeez, Clark Connors and Gabe Kidd aren't. They really want to destroy that man. Where are they kidnapping him? Where are they taking Darby? Lord. Oh boy. I'm already getting sick of Gabe Kidd. Oh boy. Oh boy. No, Gerard. Clark Connors isn't signed yet, but he has been floating around due to the partnership between New Japan and AEW. But like I said, it's good to see Brittany on there. Happy that she's doing it on GCW. And also make sure to support Chris Bay. Shout out to No Dirt Sheets for joining in the chat. And yeah, 1/3 of Jet Set Rodeo. 1/3 of the Trios champs. Oh boy. Hello, No Dirt Sheets. Thank you, on. But yeah, Darby Allin needs a partner. He needs a partner. Because, I mean, I love Darby with all my heart, but that man needs a partner. That's what he needs. And here comes Mark Davis. I'm surprised Don Callis is not on commentary. But Mark Davis, I will say, him and Jake Doyle were very impressive last week. It was very impressive, I will say. Oh yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah, Jake Doyle. He did get that. Injury. So hopefully he's not too serious. And yeah. Yeah, he put about. Everybody's been putting a bounty on the Hangman. I mean, I know last week on Collision, I saw Eddie Kingston and Ortiz getting a bounty by the Grizzled Young Veterans. And now we're getting like an 8-man parking lot brawl this week. The Rascals teaming up with Eddie Kingston and Ortiz to take on Big Bill, Brian Keith, and the Grizzled Young Veterans. Well, oh, that's even worse, a torn bicep. But we shall see. And shout out to Lynette Zaya in the chat. And yes, I did have a great time at Monday Night Raw. It was really great being in Philly in a crowd. Last time I was at a WWE event was Raw's 30th anniversary in Philly. But I actually did pick Stephanie to retain it because for some odd reason, it just seemed this, and obviously they're back in Vegas trying to make a draw, not just with money, but promoting it, branding it, figuring out what to do with it, but also telling a story. Oh, nice. You're going to Monday Night Raw in San Antonio for March 16th. That's awesome. You're going during the road to WrestleMania. That's pretty dope. But going back to this match, we see Hangman Adam Page taking on Mark Davis. I know, Boza. I did see that. I didn't even realize Stephanie had new music because I was like, does she have new music? I was just focused on Stephanie coming in. But I enjoyed Monday Night Raw. It was really great. I mean, it was a solid I mean, there were some hits and misses. I mean, I'm not saying it was a worse episode, but there were some hits and misses. Oh, man. And also, guys, feel free to put in the channel who you guys got. Do you guys have Mark Davis or do you have Hangman Adam Page? And remember, if Hangman Adam Page loses, he's out of the AEW title picture for now. because later in spring we're going to have the Owen Hart Cup men's tournament. So I'm very curious on who is going to be in that tournament as well. Because like I said, I know Swerve is out of the title picture for now, but the Owen Hart Cup men's tournament will be fastly approaching in the spring. And it's going to be very interesting on who's going to be involved in the tournament, depending on the wins, the losses, building momentum. Very curious on who's going to be involved, not just for the men, but also the women too. Going to be a very fun and interesting road leading into AEW All In. And I have no idea what's going to happen because I'm going in completely blinded, which is great. And I love that. Let's join our hands. Well, Lynette, Zaya, I'm hoping Bianca does return to the Elimination Chamber because I never jabbed my fingers, but I'm sure that really, really hurts. So hopefully, and they keep it as a surprise. But we shall see with Miss Bianca Belair. Hopefully she does come back soon. But going into this match, picture in picture, we have 1/3 of the trios champions, Hangman Adam Page taking on the Don Callis family's Mark Davis. Pretty much if Hangman loses, he's out of the AEW title picture. For now. Yes, Lynette. If Bianca does return, and if she does win the chamber, she'll be facing off against Jade. Because we already know what's the status for Raw. And Liv Morgan's going to pick Stephanie to face off. She's using her Royal Rumble opportunity to face off against Stephanie Bakir, which makes a lot more sense. Because to be honest, there was no way I could see Liv facing Jade. And also, it just makes sense because you want to continue milking that rivalry between Bianca and Jade Cargill. And also with the fact, too, it helps because Tiffany's back. So at least it'll straighten a little bit of the women's division on SmackDown. But very curious on the aftermath. Very curious on what the aftermath is going to be on SmackDown this Friday. Not just the men's side, but also the women's side. And we are back live with AEW Dynamite. Coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. We have Mark Davis from the Don Callis family taking on 1/3 of the trios champion, Hangman Adam Page. And Hangman Adam Page is under a little bit of fire because if you saw the article from John Alba, he took a photo with one of his friends. Hold up. Let me see if I can bring this up because I have Twitter up. So John Alba did a exclusive interview with Hangman Adam Page, and they talked about Marty Scurll. If you don't know who he is, he's pretty much well known in the independent scene. He's wrestled all over the world. But apparently there was a situation that happened where this was, and also he's a former member of the Elite, by the way. And Hangman Adam Page addressed the situation, and pretty much Marty Scurll was a close associate of Hangman Adam Page, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and other members of the Bullet Club, and they all rose. But he was also a part of Ring of Honor for a brief period before jumping to AEW. However, in 2020, Marty Scurll was accused of engaging in sexual misconduct with a 16-year-old girl in the UK at a gathering in 2015. And then he claimed both parties were intoxicated, and he believed the encounter was consensual at that time. And at that time, the age of consent was the alleged incident was 16. But he was investigated by Ring of Honor and eventually released from his deal as a head booker. And he largely remained outside of the mainstream pro wrestling industry, along with a not so great reputation. So they did talk to Hangman Adam Page about that. Not just his friendship, but also he's a teacher too. He's a teacher with kids. So That was an unexpected. That was an unexpected one, and thankfully we did not talk about WWT because I kind of needed a moment to digest a lot of it. But yeah, Hangman did talk about that for a little bit. And what's Hangman doing here? Moonsault. Quick kick out by Mark Davis. It is definitely a good match between Mark Davis and Hangman. Look at the power of Mark Davis. Ooh, that was a nice counter by Hangman. Quick kick out. Insecurity by Mark Davis. I will say, for a guy that's his size big, he has shown a little bit of agility, which that's really impressive. Oh, is Mark Davis gonna do it? Quick kick out by Hangman. Man, if he did that, that would be the biggest win of his career, Mark Davis. And yes, Gerard, his moonsault is beautiful. It does not get talked about as much. Well, that's really impressive with Hangman Adam Page. He does deliver pretty good solid moonsault. And shout out to Eddie Foster in the chat. It was a good Wednesday. I felt like I was very relaxed. Did do some work in the PR world, but also doing WWT. And also here with Dynamite with all of you. And enjoying this match between Hangman Adam Page and Mark Davis. I will say it is making Mark Davis look good. And I will say, even though I do call Don Callis a creep, a jerk, and a bald-headed weirdo, he has made some single stars of members in the family. Deadeye! Ooh, Mark Davis kicked out of the Deadeye. This is actually a good match between these two. And it's crazy. We have a few more matches left. We have the AEW National Championship. We have Kenny versus Andrade. And we have our main event, MJF versus Brody. Ooh. That was a lot of quickness. I will say, and you know what else doesn't get talked about? Hangman does use a lot of his legs in his matches, if you notice. Oh, man. That's a dead eye right there outside of the ring. And what's Adam Page thinking? Oh, man, Buckshot Larry. That has to be it. And the winner of this match is Hangman Adam Page. He's still in the race for the AEW title. Okay, so we got a clear picture, and Boza mentioned this too. So at Grand Slam Australia, Hangman Adam Page will face off against whoever's the winner of Kenny Omega and Andrade. But we're going to hear from Hangman Adam Page. Of course, he mentioned MJF. Man, very interesting words by Hangman Adam Page. He said what he had to say. So whoever faces him for the winner against Andrade and Kenny, they'll face off at Grand Slam Australia next weekend, and the winner of that match will face MJF at Revolution. I think, you know what I really think about it? Because with Swerve losing last week, I think they're going to save. Oh, and they're showing a promo of Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight's been really blowing up since he's been at AEW last year. I love I love that they did a promo of him. I will say I give a plus on AEW. I did love their video montages of introductions on some stars coming into the fray of AEW. I love that. Kevin Knight, he's making a name for himself. Yeah, they're showing the main event between him and Swerve. I'm not gonna lie, Kevin, he's been one of the breakout stars. He's gonna continue doing that. But up next, Kenny Omega, Andrade El Ídolo. Pretty much whoever wins faces off against Hangman Adam Page at Grand Slam Australia. But you're hanging out with me, your timeless elite, your PR princess, whatever you want to call me. It is commercial time, and I think it's time to take a quick commercial break because we have a cool new initiative here at Women's Wrestling Talk, and that is the Women's Wrestling Archive, where we store everything of women's history. Doesn't matter what it is, from the origins to the beginnings to the present to the future. We all want to support everything women's wrestling here.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches January 1st, 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might say he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate $1, $5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.
Support everything in the Women's Wrestling Archive because it'll be such a fun thing. And every little bit helps. $1, $2, $3, whatever amount helps. So we're just waiting on the match. Kenny Omega, Andrade El Ídolo happening right next. And yes, Gerard, Kevin Knight is a future star. Inside and outside the ring, 1/3 of the trios champion. And he is a star in the making, especially after that. After that main event match with Swerve, he's going to be one of the main players for AEW because, as I mentioned, the Young Bucks can't wrestle forever. Kenny can't wrestle forever. MJF, Darby, Hangman, they all can't wrestle forever. Mox can't wrestle forever. I actually do love the montage that they did of Will Ospreay earlier. That is so cool. You have to tell Mox that. I know. Mox can't wrestle forever. But here comes Andrade El Ídolo. And the Don Callis family's 1-1. Oh, Lord. Now we got to deal with that creep. Oh, boy. I got to deal with that creep. I gotta deal with that creep. The crowd plants. Here comes Kenny. Here comes Kenny. Doesn't matter what city you're in. Everybody wants to see Kenny Omega, and that's a draw right there. Kenny just has that draw. He just has that draw in there. Hmm. And the fans love Kenny. They love Kenny. Oh, Lord. What is that creep? Oh, yeah, we see Lance Archer. Lance Archer is pretty much the special enforcer of the Don Callis family, if you noticed. Hey, look, everywhere in the city you go, they're saying F Don Callis. Hey, that's what the fans are saying. They're saying F Don Callis, and that's music to my ears. Here we go. Andrade, Kenny Omega. Feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got winning this thing. Do you have Kenny going on, or do you have Andrade taking on Hangman Adam Page at Grand Slam Australia? Oh, that was a nice move by Kenny. Ooh, nice move by Kenny. Look at the fan. Oh, that fan got a high five from Kenny in the ring. That's really dope. You got getting high five by Kenny Omega. Nice counter by Kenny. This is going to be pretty much even encounter because these guys know each other very well. Nice suplex by Andrade. So Eddie Foster has Kenny for the win. Boza, you would say, but you say Andrade. Well, I mean, To be fair, Andrade does have a victory over a former AEW World Champion in Swerve Strickland. So that's a fact. He's trying to get the fans hype, Mr. Kenny Omega, and we're in the final. We're in the final hour of AEW Dynamite. Okay. Gerard Q. Simpson picked Kenny. Yep, him and Hangman again is a more. That is very true. And I kind of think with Swerve, because he's never faced Kenny Omega in one-on-one action, he's never faced off against MJF action, so that's why they're kind of holding it off and trying to save that for a pay-per-view. Instead of giving it to us on free TV, they're saying, we'll save that on the pay-per-view. But what's the suplex right here? Ooh, nice suplex by Kenny and Andrade. Quick kick out by Andrade. I have a feeling after this match, we will probably see the AEW National Championship after this. I wish I could mute my TV so anytime Don Callis comes on the TV, I can just put myself on mute. I can put him actually, let me rephrase. I can put him on mute. Ooh, nice move by Kenny. I will say, for a person who just had surgery and had to deal with many other things health-wise, it looks like he hasn't missed a beat. And I knew of Kenny Omega through Chris Jericho. My God. Don Callis always wants to whine like a little baby. He wants to whine. That's what he wants to do. Whine. When he doesn't want to get when he doesn't get what he wants. What's Andrade doing right here? Ooh, nice package by Kenny. Quick kick out by Andrade. What's Andrade looking at? What's he looking at? Oh, that's the same lady from Collision. I guess there's a lot more ladies at ringside. They're really trying to make him a ladies' man. Man, Andrade. He's right there with the lady. Wait a minute. Is that? Yeah, that's the same lady from Collision. I thought that was the West Side Gun right there, but I guess that wasn't him. Oh boy. Yup, I knew that was West Side Gun. I was like, is that West Side Gun? Oh man, this is like the third time we're seeing this lady. I wouldn't be surprised if she wanted to be Andrade's manager. But this match is going on picture in picture. Andrade's been getting the upper hand against Kenny Omega, and I'm sure that big baby Don Callis is loving every single minute of it. along with his bodyguard, Lance Archer. And you can tell Tony Schiavone with his mean mugging face. With his mean mugging face. Oh, God. I thought Andrade would hit on Christian Reed's, but Shane Taylor Promotions, the infantry, Sean Dean, and Christian Reed are having lovey-dovey if you've been following Ring of Honor. Oh my goodness. That is very true. What is it? Picture commercials? I don't have to hear it. I just can look at the facial expressions of Tony Schiavone and Excalibur. They're really trying to make Andrade like a heartthrob, which is actually not a bad thing. He has the look. He has the package. You can pretty much work with it. It's hard to believe we only have 3 more matches after this. Yes, Ring of Honor tomorrow, Global Awards, Metroplex Pro Wrestling, combining with Athena's promotion. That's going to be exciting. Super, super excited. And by the way, Christian Reed was at ISPW for Girl Power Pro Wrestling too. So make sure to check out some of the stuff we have on socials. I was very happy to be on that call where she gave the quickest match in ISPW history. And I was just like, did that really happen? So feel free. I think it got like some pretty good views. So make sure to check that out. But like I said, I'm very happy to have you guys in the chat with me for Wednesdays with AEW Dynamite, taking you to Las Vegas, Nevada, because even though we're still continuing our road trip to Revolution, we also have another main stop as well with Grand Slam Australia next week. But we have another pit stop, which is Las Vegas, happening tonight. And we are back live with AEW Dynamite. Andrade taking on Kenny Omega. And then, of course, we have that creep Don Callis on commentary, but I could care less about him. So I was speechless, Boza. I was very speechless. Oh, Andrade. But Kenny, he's trying to get some momentum going. And also, I think if you really want to turn up Grand Slam Australia, the Aussie show's going to be a weird time for us. Well, not like last year. Because for this year's show, even though it'll be taped earlier in the day, Grand Slam Australia will be on Valentine's Day at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm debating if I want to do a watch along for Grand Slam Australia on Valentine's Day. I'm still debating, but I'll let you guys know by next week if I'm going to do one. Because very rarely I ever do stuff for Collision if it's necessary. But we shall see. Yes, make sure to avoid spoilers. It's going to be taped earlier in the day, but I may do a watch along. I'll find out next week. Oh, quick kick out. Kenny's holding on to his knee. Hopefully it's not too serious. Hi, Hassan Game Program Terrell. Thank you for joining. I'm feeling pretty good. It's Wednesday. Have to be in the chat. Happy to do the live stream for AEW Dynamite and a good match between Andrade and Kenny Omega since they've been bumping heads with each other. And of course, that creep dog Cal's wanting like a baby. Yes, Boza, we'll probably let you know by next week if I'm going to do a watch along for Grand Slam Australia. I will say this, and I said this earlier, the venue is beautiful. I do like the setup of the venue because you get to see all the fans' faces. It's a dope scenery. I actually do like that stadium. Actually, not stadium, venue. Kenny Omega's feeling it. I know. I think one person picked Andrade. Some people are picking Kenny. I'm actually gonna pick Kenny for this only because, like, for Grand Slam Australia, you kind of need like who's gonna be the bigger draw. And I think with the history Hangman and Kenny have, this could be very interesting. And also create a lot more storytelling as well, since both of them are familiar with MJF. So Kenny advances. I wouldn't be mad either way on whoever wins. What's Kenny doing? Ooh, nice move by Andrade. One, two. Kick out by Kenny. Oh my God. This is why stick a cork in it, Don Callis. And thank you for the compliment on my shirt. This is McFoley, Mr. Cactus Jack. I love McFoley. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. And fitting, it is wrestling, but I like McFoley. I feel bad for whatever match is next. I just hope they bring that energy. I'm hoping it's the AEW National Championship. Ooh, oh man, that was a nasty move by Andrade. Kick out by Kenny. Andrade's like, playtime's over. I want to win. I want to be AEW World Champion. He's like a slap fest. Man, chop by Kenny. Oh man, Andrade. Oh man. Oh, if you heard that, Kelly's like, no, 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 no. He really does not want Kenny to go in. Come on, Kenny. Go for the cover. What's that creep doing? What is he doing? Oh Lord, he took out the screwdriver. And that's the same screwdriver where Kyle Fletcher jabbed Justin Rhodes' knees in. I'll never forget that moment. Hit Kenny Omega in the head with the screwdriver. Many people got hit in the head with a screwdriver. Oh, what the? Oh, it's Mark Strickland! Oh, there's Swerve! Oh, not again! Swerve chicken gotta come out, but damn. Damn! Man! Lord have mercy. Oh yeah, that is West Side Gun. Friend of the show, by the way, because I had the chance to talk to him. But yeah, man. Swerve Strickland got out with a screwdriver, but Andrade did the same thing he did to Swerve last week. He gave him a low blow. Cheater. Lord. So now it's Hangman Adam Page taking on Andrade. I think they're pretty. Oh, trust me, Gerard. Omega versus Swerve is going to be money. They're just saving that for a pay-per-view. Not going to happen now, but they're trying to save it for a pay-per-view instead of free TV. So, and plus, also with the fact, too, as I mentioned, Omega and Swerve never faced off one-on-one. Same thing with MJF. MJF's never faced one-on-one with Swerve. Oh, boy. It's going to be a good match. I have a feeling this may happen at Revolution because, I mean, come on, it's the first pay-per-view of 2026 for them. So, there's going to be a lot of fireworks. And then, plus, it's the first pay-per-view for them. They want to make sure they go out with a bang. So, yeah, there's a lot between Kenny and Swerve, a lot of arguments. I'm telling you something right now. If Andrade beats Hangman, I don't know what to do. Well, and then we see Swerve and Kenny. Well, it was bound to happen sooner or later. But I have a feeling these two are definitely going to meet in Revolution. And as I mentioned, Swerve's never faced off against Kenny. It can happen at Revolution. You got 5-6 weeks away. And plus, you're back in Los Angeles. And you got to get a stacked card in. Like, I can see these two go at it. I can see Jon Moxley taking on Takeshita for the Continental Championship. Now, for the ladies, it's going to be very interesting with the ladies. Very interesting. Yes, the main event. I hope Brody King wins. I just want to see Brody King get a match. I know, that's what I'm saying. Because I said, if Andrade beats Hangman Adam Page, Lord. Oh, and I love that they show the video package of MJF and Brody King. And like I said, MJF is familiar with some of these guys in AEW. So I'm happy and I'm saying this, even though I call him a jerk many times, it does make a perk that he is going to be his champion because it's easy for him to do it since he has all these people gunning for him. But unfortunately, some people have side quests. I mean, we're going to see Kenny and Swerve have a side quest. We have Jon Mox is the reigning Continental Champion. Darby's on a side quest where he got kidnapped by that crazy person, Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors, or I don't even know where they took Darby. Darby's going to need a partner. So, yeah, we have the... Okay, so up next is going to be the Babes of Wrath taking on Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford for a championship eliminator match. You could have at least said non-title. You could have at least said that. But yeah, our producer from the future, Dylan, doesn't like eliminator matches because it's like, it's very weird. But AEW does it. I know, but it's kind of crazy when you really think about it. They do. Here's the thing, because it's a hit or miss when it comes to stories, because there are times where they hit it on specific storylines. Like they did it with Hangman and Swerve. They did it with MJF and Darby. They did it with Orange Cassidy and Jon Moxley. Obviously with Mariah May and Toni Storm. But there are times where sometimes it doesn't fall through. I know. It's like, can't you just say non-title instead of eliminator matches? Just say non-title. That's all you have to say. Just say a non-title match one-on-one. I'm like, it's like Oprah saying, you get an eliminator match, you get an eliminator match, and everything else. But we shall see on that. Very curious on, and also with the Babes of Wrath too. I want to see them in a serious good rivalry. I mean, I know the Sisters of Sin, that's going to be on the back pocket, but I wouldn't mind seeing them with Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne, because at least all four ladies are familiar with each other and some of the history that's there. And also, I'm happy they're building Megan Bayne up this way. I mean, for me, I did not think that she should have been shot up for the AEW Women's Championship too soon. But I'm happy she's being built up very slowly and giving a friendly reminder on who that is. Yes, Foza, thank you for doing that. Denise will be doing a show on the weekend of AEW Revolution, and it will be a Hollywood Improv. So if you're in LA, her guest will be Willow Nightingale. And it's a shame I live in the East Coast, and that really sucks. But hopefully some people from WWT Live, which are in LA, gets to see Denise and Willow. And it's actually Denise's first live podcast episode that she's going to do. And that's really dope. And hopefully some of the team... Yep. Willow Nightingale is one of... Everybody loves Willow Nightingale. Everybody loves her. She's such a sweetie from what I heard. And she's great. But... if you're in LA, if you're in there during AEW Revolution weekend, pull up. And also, it'll be very curious because I may bring that up to Boss Lady, say maybe WWT needs to do a live episode. Not sure when though, but we will. We got a lot of stuff planned in 2026. Just hold on to your seatbelt. Oh, and Chris Statlander by herself has an interview with Renee Paquette. So next week, it's going to be Chris Statlander taking on Tekla, and it'll be in the winner. And if she wins, she gets a stipulation. I'm happy they're building up Tekla and Chris Statlander because I think they do have a lot of story to tell. And also with the fact she's by herself. Yeah, she gets bigger. And they face off next week, I believe. Yeah, next week. But she will say the stipulation. It's going to be very interesting. And I have a feeling... Because I don't want the match to happen so quickly. I would not mind if they met at Revolution. That would be very interesting to watch. And also, I actually mentioned this in the chat too with Jeffrey, and I mentioned this many times where I really want to see Chris Statlander stand on her own 2 feet. I love that she has Harley and Willow, because I know Willow can stand on her own 2 feet. I know Harley can stand on her own 2 feet. But I need to see Chris Statlander stand on her own 2 feet as the AEW Women's Champion. I need to follow the 3 C's. Charisma, character, and confidence. And I want to see a lot of confidence from Chris Statlander because I know she could do it on her own. It's just, I would love to see her crack a promo in the ring by herself. I mean, backstage with Renee, she has it, but I want to see what she does in the ring. Because I noticed that too. I was like, I don't think she's ever done a promo in the ring by herself, from my understanding. And look at this. A nice standing ovation for the Babes of Wrath. Your AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. Willow obviously is a TBS champion. And also, I saw over the weekend on Collision, 2 of my other ladies, Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor, are going to be teaming up together. And I love that they're building this up very slowly. Especially with the fact, too, because Queen Amanada's hurt. Rio has to deal with visa issues. So why not pair 2 of your top Brits in AEW together? And I think it helps, too, because with Alex Windsor, she's also working alongside another former AEW Women's Champion. She got to work alongside Toni Storm. Working with Jamie Hayter can really do help her as well. So I'm excited for that tag team to come alive. I got to come up with a name for them. We'll think about it. But Willow Nightingale, Megan Bayne, these 2 ladies are no stranger to each other. But of course, Penelope had to get the sneak attack in. And as I mentioned, this makes up for Penelope not being in the tournament because, well, at the start of the AEW Women's Tag Team Title Tournament, Penelope injured her elbow and she missed it. But feel free to put in the chat who you guys got. You guys got the Babes of Rap, or do you have Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford? And also with the fact too, if you notice, Grand Slam Australia is on a ghost. Andrade's facing off against. Ooh! They waited to Revolution. So the AEW Continental Championship match, it'll be Jon Moxley taking on Konosuke Takeshita. They are not waiting till Revolution. They are really trying to pack this in for Grand Slam Australia. Well, hey, might as well. I thought they were gonna wait till Revolution to do this, but I guess they decided to pull the trigger and be like, "Hey, let's give the Aussie fans what they want." Gerard, that is true, because I mean you gotta have the ladies there. Gotta have the ladies at Grand Slam Australia. I mean, we're already seeing Toni Storm and Marina Shafir. It would be nice to see Harley Cameron in front of her home country. Tag is made to Megan Bayne. Shit, Megan Bayne is somebody that you should not mess with. The only women I've seen her, the only women. Ooh, nice cartwheel by Willow. I would say probably the only women that I've seen women handle Megan is not just Willow, Chris Statlander. I've seen it. And I thought Chris Statlander would beat her the first time. So I would guess after this match, it would be oh man, that was a nice hurricanrana. She's really trying to take it in. Ooh, leaping. Well, she has the agility. Penelope. Well, we do have picture-in-picture happening, and the match is still going on. And Megan Bayne, she has she really is giving a run for her money. She's definitely going to be a future AEW Women's Champion. She will. If you've never seen her in the independent scene, if you have not seen her wrestle in GCW, and also, by the way, too, she has recently wrestled at CMLL and Japan recently. She's no joke. Oh, she did? Oh, my goodness. Giving it to Jet Speed. Oh, yeah, as I was mentioning, because she was at CMLL over the weekend. Oh, my God. But I do see Megan Bayne being a future AEW Women's Champion in the future. In the future. So I'm on picture-in-picture. I'm waiting for this match because the match is still going live. But Penelope's, she's definitely putting it into Willow after Megan did most of the damage. I'm just looking at the comments right here. I know, and she does, and that's good. I'm happy seeing like a lot of ladies you notice wrestle the intergender matches in the independent scene. We've seen it with her. We've seen it with Gabby Forza, who's making her name. We've seen it with Chris Statlander. Salute to Joey Janela for no reason at all. Well, unfortunately, definitely Joey Janela, because I know they dated before. I know him and Megan Bayne dated. I don't think they're together anymore. So, yeah, as far as I know, because I did check Megan Bayne's social, so they're not together anymore. And also, I did see a commercial for the Winter Olympics because Winter Olympics start on Friday. A lot of sports happening. We got the Winter Olympics kicking off on Friday. We have Super Bowl Sunday happening this week. Interesting in the world of sports. But it looks like Megan Baines tagged back in, and she's really putting a beating onto Willow. She's an ex. Well, they're not together anymore, so technically there are exes. Well, she's on the market, by the way, folks. So, hey, if you want to shoot your shot, might as well do it now. And Valentine's Day is next week, so I'm just saying. But we're back live with the AEW Women's Tag Team Title Eliminator match. The Babes of Wrath taking on Mega Bad. Tag is made to Harley Cameron. Tag is made to Penelope Ford. So Jeff Mennerling. So the Winter Olympics you can watch. Winter Olympics is going to be on. Winter Olympics is going to be on NBC. So AEW is not going to get interfered in this. But since it's on NBC and USA Network, SmackDown is going to be conflicted because I know they announced it last month where there's going to be some dates changing because of the Winter Olympics. So AEW is not going to get affected by it. It's going to be WWE SmackDown. It's going to be affected. Penelope and Harley are really putting a fight on each other. Tag is made to Megan Bain. Harley and Megan Bain are no strangers to each other because I was actually at that Collision in Atlantic City where Harley had that match against Megan Bain, and she really put her to the limit. And everybody was cheering for Harley. I really thought Harley was gonna beat her. But yeah, Harley and Megan Bain really went at it. Ooh, kick to the face by Miss Harley. Ooh, nice. Nice two flex. Tag team! Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, Penelope. All four ladies are down, but they're putting on a heck of a match. I'm going to tell you something. Ricochet and Jack Berry better put on a good match after this, because that's going to be next. Blind tag made. Nice DDT by Harley Cameron on the Megan Bain. She's grown up so fast in wrestling. Spine buster. That's why they call her the Babe with the power bomb. Penelope and Harley are just going at it. Oh, man. Well, at least it kind of makes up for it since they didn't appear in the tournament. So it kind of does make up for it. Three, that's it. Your winners, Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. So they get an opportunity for those tag titles. Yep, it's very rarely anybody wins a title eliminator match. Because I think the last time I saw that happen. Oh, and it's official. The Babes of Wrath will be taking on Penelope Ford and Megan Bain in Australia. I really wanted them to have a story with each other. Well, it's very rare to have these eliminator match because the last time that actually happened, I actually watched it last year with the Acclaimed and the Young Bucks when the Young Bucks were tag team champions. And the Acclaimed got the victory. And they won. And they got a tag team title opportunity. So it does work. Oh, they're showing what happened on Collision this past weekend. Oh, yeah, they're showing what happened last week when Tommaso Ciampa came in. And they're probably going to show their match at Collision this past week. But as I mentioned, we have a new TNT champion. Yeah, that match was pretty good. And I love that. It was a good match. So, yep, is Tommaso Ciampa. He is a new TNT champion, but there's another person on the fray that's looking for that, and that is Mr. Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher. And we're hearing from the new TNT champ. So he's the face of TNT. So this Saturday on Collision, he's continuing that tradition that he will be opening a TNT challenge. Question is, who's it going to be? That is the question. That's why he's called the Psycho Killer. Good for him. Woo, this Saturday. So it's a three-way TNT championship. Tommaso Ciampa. And somebody said it here. Roderick Strong and Claudio Castagnoli. Oh my God. Oh, Kevin Knight's going to face off against Scorpio Sky one-on-one this weekend. And we have that parking lot fight this week. Ooh. That's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Yeah, so no, Jeff Metterling, Honey's not really upset. It's just we just have to find her on a different channel and just make sure during the Winter Olympics. So it's not that bad. I know, Boza, but I have to make sure the people know as well, because some people So up next we have the AEW National Championship match. We got Jungle Jack Perry taking on Ricochet. Oh yeah, definitely look it up. Yeah, I'm trying to see what I missed. And yeah, oh yeah, this guy, he's from Las Vegas, Nevada. He has the Gates of Agony, Ricochet. And he's from Las Vegas. Yeah. And it's funny, Gerard Simpson, you brought that up because Ricochet said a lot earlier in some of his interviews about his WWE run. It's yeah, and it looks like he's sending the Gates of Agony to the back because he wants to do this on his own. I just hope he doesn't sleep on Jack Perry because oh, here we go. And the bell rung. Look at Jack Perry. He's holding that belt. He does have 2 wins. He does have 2 wins over Ricochet, so yeah, it was very spicy when Ricochet said, yeah. Ooh, nice move by Jack Perry. Also, feel free to put in the chat on who you guys have. Do you have Ricochet retaining, or do you think there'll be a new AEW national champion happening tonight? Which would be pretty funny if Ricochet did lose in his hometown. And here we go. Jack Perry's just putting a mauling on the Ricochet. Oh man, another chop on the Ricochet. He's trying to hit punches on his shiny bald head. It's funny, anytime he wants to be bald. Well, Ricochet is bald. He's bald. Dax is bald. Yeah, he's bald. Dax, Luther, Don Callis. No shame at being bald. They're really chanting bald. Ricochet trying to argue with the referee, but focus on the match. And Bozo, you said you have Jack winning gold. Well, we shall see, because he did pin Ricochet twice. Oh, kick to the head by Ricochet. It's really interesting because he said a lot of things on his interview earlier today that's been buzzing. Oh boy. He has been buzzing a lot on Twitter. Yeah, 6. He said this is a 6th title defense, which is very impressive. Ricochet tried to punch on Jack Perry. I will say it's really nice that he's doing this heel character, because he never got the chance to do it when he was in WWE. So I'm happy he is branching out to doing some heel work. And this is probably some of his best work, where he's really showing personality and character, and also working alongside the Gates of Agony, who since the Mogul Embassy, this is probably the most TV time I have seen them in. What's Jack Perry doing? Ooh, nice counter. Oh, on to the announcer's table. Move out the way, Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone, what are those? Oh my goodness. Oh, Tony. Looks like Ricochet's been getting the upper hand here. Oh boy, so much news happening, so many updates that are happening right now. But so far, you're hanging with me, your PR princess, your timeless elite, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me, on AEW Dynamite. Because after this, we have our main event happening. It's crazy. And we got some more matches happening to Grand Slam Australia. Obviously, we know we have a mixed tag team match. Oh boy. Ooh, excuse me, but oh my goodness, we got matches. We got the mixed tag team hair versus hair match between Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy taking on Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir. We found out Hangman Adam Page will be taking on Andrade. Winner of that match will meet MJF. Excuse me, at AEW Revolution. He also just found out the Babes of Wrath will be defending their AEW Women's Tag Team titles against Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. And also the AEW Continental Championship match. Jon Moxley will be going one-on-one with Konosuke Takeshita. They did not want to wait. And we're back live where we have an AEW National Championship match. Ricochet taking on Jungle Jack Perry. And so far, Ricochet's been the one that's dominating. And it's in front of Ricochet's hometown of Las Vegas. So. Yes, so we got a lot of stuff happening at ISPW. I will be at Go Pro Wrestling 3. I will not be at 80s Wrestling Con this weekend. But I'm so happy that it is. Oh, yeah, I could see that. Yep, because between Moxley and Takeshita, Continental rules apply. Everyone's banned from ringside. 20-minute time limit. Anything. 20-minute time limit. Everyone's banned from ringside. Ricochet and Jack Perry. This is actually a really good match. Ooh. Man. Ricochet, Jack Perry are really giving it their all. I'm not going to lie. Very curious. I know he's going to be at Revolution, but I'm very curious where is this going to go for here? Because I'm sure Jack Perry and Ricochet are still going to be feuding with each other. What's Ricochet doing? Woo! I do love Tony Schiavone's sneakers that he has on. Those are fire. What's Ricochet doing with the national? I think he wants to get himself, and it's almost surprisingly, he wants to get himself disqualified. What's he doing? And then he took the belt out. Tried to give a little bit of Jack Perry, but I was like, that ain't happening. Ooh, that's a nice move by Jack Perry. Ooh, nice move. Oh, clothesline by Ricochet. Ooh, Jack Perry. That's it. Quick kick out by Ricochet. That was almost 3. And the belt's right in the corner. Two. He had the tights too. I figured, well, he's playing the heel character very well. I wouldn't be shocked if he cheated. I wouldn't be shocked. Ooh, Jack Perry has his submission hold in. Is Ricochet going to tap out? Is he going to tap? Oh, he had his finger on the ropes, but Jack Perry's trying to put the submission hold again. Gerard, he said, I just want to see Jack win another belt so he can forge another custom one. That is true. I will say the custom belt he had when he was TNT champion was fire. Look at the Gates of Agony. What's the Gates of Agony doing? And we know Luchasaurus. Is out with a shoulder injury. And of course, Tyo Leona gave the middle finger to Jack Perry. Gates of Agony interfere. We know, as I mentioned, Luchasaurus is out with his shoulder. Oh yeah, the Young Bucks. I guess the Young Bucks are going to be involved in something. Well, they did say they were going to be there last week with the tag team division. So, yeah. I mean, well, at least the Young Bucks got rid of him. That's one positive thing that they did right. The Young Bucks, they got rid of the Gates of Agony. That's the one thing they did right. 3. And your winner and still AEW National Champion Ricochet. Yes. Ugh. I wouldn't say blind. It's just a little bit of oblivious. It was a good match. Fortunately, the Gates of Agony had to get involved. But did see even the odds with the Young Bucks making an appearance. But Ricochet is still your AEW National Champion. And oh boy, he was very spicy earlier today in his interview. All right, so this Saturday on Collision, it'll be the Gates of Agony taking on the Young Bucks. Winners move on to 3-way tag team for number 1 contenders for the tag team titles. So next week, it will be the Rascals taking on the winners of the Gates of Agony and Young Bucks. And we still don't know who's going to be the third team. From Ontario, California. So I guess we'll find out who. What? Oh Lord! And we have Gabe Kidd. Where is Darby? Oh my God! He's like holding the cameraman hostage. They're really holding the production team and the production team hostage. Well, where did they take Darby? What? Oh my God! Where did they take him? Oh, they put him in a body. Oh, they put him in a body bag. And you know what? They did the same thing, and Darby did the same thing to him at 2,300. Oh boy, Darby. They left him in the middle of the road in a body bag. I know Gabe Kidd is a little bit demented, but Darby can be twice as demented. Yeah, we need to find out what happened with Darby Allin, because Darby Allin's gonna need a partner. But this is our main event, the AEW World Title Eliminator match. MJF taking on Brody King. If Brody King wins, he gets an opportunity at Grand Slam Australia. But yeah, I'm still flabbergasted what happened with Darby. I was like, does Kid know who's he messing with? Oh, dear God. 2.5 hours every week. Well, Boza, I don't know. I guess for this one, because they had a little bit of a jam-packed. Boza, don't say that. Boza, do not say that. Don't you dare say that. Don't you say that. Well, not yet. Don't put my boys in it yet. Oh my goodness. You're really playing mind games with me. Yeah, pretty much the gimmick is the overrun, really. I mean, they've always had the overrun, and plus they're under Warner Brothers. Well, Boza, I don't even know. I'm like, boss said it told me that. Oh God, oh dear God. Well, we are on commercial break. And I've said this last week that I would be giving my bold predictions for 2026 in AEW. So I figured since we're on commercial break, I actually figured I'd pull up my AEW bold predictions. One I gave to you, Will Ospreay winning the AEW World Heavyweight Championship this year. I mean, that guy is definitely something to see. Boza, I would say your real guess is Jet Speed. I do have the Acclaimed reuniting just in time for Wembley later this year, only because they were involved in the first two Wembleys, and I could see them reuniting when Wembley happens. So that's something I want to do. I have Konosuke Takeshita winning the AEW International Championship because the only other opponent I could see, and I don't know what's going to happen with Mox, but I think it'll be very interesting to see how Konosuke Takeshita goes, because him and Okada still have beef, and the only person that I could see realistically beat Okada for that title is Takeshita. Like, he has to get it. I can't see anybody else. I have Jamie Hayter having a match at All In Wembley Stadium, with the fact she wasn't able to participate in the first one because she was injured, and then she was dealing with visa issues. And then the second time they had her in the pre-show 0 hours. So I would love for her to be in a match. Just don't let it be a Casino Gauntlet match. I want her to have a match with who? I would love for her to run it back with Toni Storm. They still got some issues they got to work out, but love to see that. I have Alex Windsor winning the TBS title. I also have Jon Moxley being betrayed by the Death Riders because it has to happen sooner than later. And then I had a very crazy theory. I had Swerve and Hangman winning the AEW tag team titles and Kevin Knight winning the 2026 Continental Classic. And I think that would be a really cool one. But those are my bold predictions, and I post them on my socials. So you got a glimpse of it. And just in time, we have our main event happening. MJF, Brody King. Well, here comes Brody. Here comes Brody King. Boza, you could be right on Jet Speed, but also, you know what? And I'm trying to think for regarding the tag team. I would not be shocked if it was members from the Don Callis family being involved. I mean, I know we did have Jake Doyle and Mark Davis, but I would not be shocked if we had another set of people from the Don Callis family. Oh, Boza, I just thought of something. I'm not going to say Caster and Bowens, but what if it's Private Party? Because we haven't seen Private Party since they got beat up by the Hurt Syndicate. And I know people are saying their contracts are expired and they're leaving AEW, but I would not be shocked if they had a new contract deal under the radar. It's a possibility we could see Private Party back next week. I'm just saying. But here comes the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, MJF. Flamboyant, arrogant. Oh, look, and he has a new t-shirt. And spinning to the audience, his diamond ring. His beloved diamond ring. Here we go. We have Brody King taking on Gerard Simpson. Yeah, because I do have. Oh, they're doing the introductions. They're doing the. Ooh. And it looks like if you look across his chest, he got some ink on him. Not bad for him. I'm big on Takeshi Okada with New Japan pledging to book. Exactly. Takeshi is the only person I can see realistically that can get the AEW International title from Okada. I just can't see, realistically, I just can't see anybody else. And if it is, you just have to shock me. Oh, and thank you for that for the Rascals. It's going to be Dez and Myron Reed. So nice. We get to see Myron Reed make his AEW debut. Yeah, well, here we go. We got Brody King taking on MJF. Wait, what? He got... Mentally, he can. Physically, mentally, yes. Because he can play mind games. Look at Brody. Ooh, there's Hangman. He wants to be up close in person for this. MJF, if I were you, I would be focusing on Brody King, man. Look at Brody. He got him in a chokehold again. He got him in a chokehold again. Oh, Hangman. Well, Hangman is looking on because he is going to be in that match against Andrade at Grand Slam Australia. Winner of that match faces against Revolution. Ooh, Cannonball. Hopefully it's not that bad. Just like Brody. No way. Man, that was pretty much I guess they had to wrap up for 10 o'clock. I was like, man, I thought that was a squash, but I guess they had something planned. But your winner of this match is Brody King. And with that, he gets an opportunity at Grand Slam Australia. And I did say it. Well, they have to fill up Grand Slam, so that makes sense. And it's funny because I just said this on our preview for WWT. Well, I wouldn't say much of a squash, but MJF is starting to creep on him. It was near a squash, but hey, I'm not complaining about it. I mean, everybody said, "Oh yeah, it's a squash match," but I kind of like the outcome. Brody got to win. Ooh, here comes Andrade. Why do I feel like there's going to be a tag team next week? Why do I feel like next week? Oh, I guess I'm wrong. Well, Andrade's taking out MJF. Ooh, buckshot Larry onto Andrade. Me neither. I ain't complaining. I'm just happy Brody won. I'm just happy he won. Yay! But look at it. But look at Hangman. He's looking at MJF. See? Well, at least we do have some matches added onto Grand Slam Australia. We'll probably add one more match. Ooh, low blown onto Hangman. Whoa! Look at Brody! Ah, Brody King got the last laugh. Good. Hey, I'm not mad at it. Brody! Moving like that in cowboy boots is make me believe. And they're showing the matches for this weekend on Saturday Collision. But yeah, Brody King is standing tall. Not mad at him for that. And then we did get confirmation next week. It'll be Chris Statlander taking on Tekla for the AEW Women's World Title. But Chris Statlander will be announcing the stipulation this weekend on Collision. Well, Bosa, you would think. But I mean, it's okay. I thought it was going to go at 10:30, but I'm not mad at it. MJF laying on his feet. Well, that's what you get for when you have to run your mouth, sir. I know, me too. I'm like, I don't even care. I mean, I did say earlier that Brody King is going to get his opportunity, and he did. And he did. So, boom, that's 1 point for me. That's funny. I said that during WWT Live today. That's hilarious. Yeah, same thing. He breaking off a sweat. So hey, and I'm happy. Like I said, I'm happy Brody King is finally getting into that picture, and hopefully he can stay afloat. I don't like not just like that, but just kind of staying afloat and just really getting a taste for it, and really finally getting some matches in with the big boys, because we have seen him in the Owen Hart Cup men's tournament in the past. We've seen him compete in the Continental Classic. Let him continue fighting with the big boys and getting some signature wins too. You know what? I said to myself, if it ain't gonna do Takeshita, give Brody King the AEW International title. Yes. Me too. I'm glad he's getting some single vote, because I said to myself, if Takeshita can't beat, if they're not going to give Takeshita the belt for the international one, I can see Brody getting it off realistically off of Okada, because that's like the most realistic thing I can think of, because there's not that many people I can see realistically can beat Okada. But that concludes Timeless Elite Wednesdays with AEW Dynamite, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. And it was a very solid episode. It hit all the points needed. We got most of the matches for Grand Slam Australia. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I will say it did pretty better than Monday Night Raw. Because I don't know why, but usually if Monday Night Raw has an episode, Dynamite for some odd reason just kind of like, yeah, we're gonna take it to the next level. But I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Did what it needed to do, hit the points that needed. I still can't get over that Brody match. I mean, it just was like everything that you needed. And plus, I always like to see it. And plus, I always love to get to see MJF get beat up and cry like a big baby. So, but yeah, that wraps up Timeless Elite Wednesdays with me. Very happy to be with all of you. It has been very fun spending 2 hours with me from Las Vegas, Nevada. Did everything we could. We know most of the matches from Grand Slam Australia. I'm pretty sure after Collision we'll probably add one more match, but we shall see. And they did add some matches in for Dynamite next week, so we get to continue our road trip to Revolution. And we still have another major road bump, which is Grand Slam Australia. I will let you guys know next week if I'm doing a watch along for Grand Slam Australia. Just have to figure out how's that going to work. but I do want to thank everyone for joining with me on AEW Dynamite. It's always super, super fun coming out on Wednesdays. I know AEW is not everyone's cup of tea, but they do have some stuff. But at the same time, I have to give them constructive criticism on the stuff that they do because I want them to be great. Actually, it goes for all wrestling promotions as well. Because, yes, we all want them to be great, but at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah. But I'm very excited. I do want to thank everybody in the chat. Thank you for all your support. Please make sure to follow the Women's Wrestling Archive, WWT on socials, and the rest of the crew. So happy to be with all of you. I will be back on Friday for WWT Live because we got to turn our attention to SmackDown this Friday. And sure, we're going to cover a lot of big news that are happening in the land of professional wrestling. So you can also follow me on @CourtneyNJ11 on my socials and everything else. You probably know my day job as a PR person. I am seeing every day journalists are losing their jobs. They got arrested last week. They are in deep derail. But for me, as working in this field, I'm going to continue using my platform and my voice because it's very important to discuss this. And even though there's a lot of things that are happening right now, definitely want to make sure to stay informed and also keep everybody informed, but also making sure to stay self-aware. Also with the fact too, I do have a lot of stuff happening within Women's Wrestling Talk, so make sure to check out that. Make sure to follow ISPW Wrestling. Yours truly will be on the call next Friday for Girl Power Pro Wrestling 3. And also they have a lot of events happening in February. So get ready because they're coming. But feel free to follow that on there. Follow everybody on WWT. And thank you so much for having me. I always love doing these watch-alongs for AEW Dynamite because, hey, why not cover AEW? So definitely want to shout out there. And thank you again for supporting Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.